Welcome back to Survivor Tocantins. Welcome back.
We're back in it. This is it. We're here. This is the penultimate episode right here.
Yeah. Final
Bang
five.
bang boom. Final five.
What happened last time?
Last time Deb got licked.
I must have been watching a different episode. It was crazy.
She got licked. She got hammered. No, she got voted out. I don't
Did it
know.
have something to do with her husband coming over as a loved one visit?
Yeah, there's some really offensive stuff that happened off screen apparently during that. So they're just like, whoa, we can't.
No, I'm just thinking of.
We're not about that. So
I'm just thinking of licked.
oh, the licked.
Yeah.
I think I was trying to say lost, and then it just it didn't end up coming out, and I just said licked instead because I don't know.
She played herself.
I played myself. That's true.
No, she played
But
herself.
yeah. Oh, she played herself. Yeah. I mean, I'm playing myself right now. I'm just being. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, coach.
She played herself, but
Might have been
also is also like she played too little, too late at the same time.
yeah.
You know.
Oh, big time. Yeah. I mean, she just was.
They were never set up for
There's some weird.
success. Like initially with the Tyson, Debbie, Coach, JT, Steven arrangement, that was good for them. They had had the majority in that five. But as soon as Tyson was out, and then they were clearly with Taj, then they were always like not playing to a good hand there. You know, Debbie was playing
Yeah,
a
they're
losing hand.
right. They were always still like, well, you guys are still with us, though, right? It's like that was really
They're
smart that
just
you got Tyson
assuming
on. And they just like,
they'd be willing
yeah,
to do whatever. And
they were just drinking the Kool-Aid the whole time, basically, is what they were expecting.
yeah.
But
But we'll see if Coach, if he wisens up here or not. Is it like, what's the word? A rude awakening for
I don't
him.
know. I don't know if it's his persona doesn't seem to, or if it's him. It's really him. He doesn't seem to have ever gotten a rude awakening in his entire life.
Is
So
he him?
is he him? That's the real question. That's the question of the hour, really. Um, but everyone else is a coward because they didn't vote with him
Yeah.
in the not in this vote currently, but in the previous vote. But they also did it again. So is he going to say everyone's a coward now again? Is he going to go back to tribal and be like a little like you're all cowards? Yeah, it's going to be like him versus the
But
whole
he
rest of
also,
them.
it
He's
was an
like
easy
I
way
can't
for him
believe
to
any of you.
other. It was an easy way for him to other Aaron and Taj because they were the two that
Yeah,
put the votes. So it's like,
right.
oh, those guys are the cowards. But now, we've always been the real alliance here. So it's easy. Let's get those
Sure.
cowards. But
We're the
now,
real
how do
McCoy
you
here.
reckon
Yeah,
with this? How do you reckon with this? That's the question. All
yeah.
right.
How do you reckon with this? You know that she probably voted against you. She probably put your name down, right? That Debbie was going home, but
That's true too. Yeah, he didn't even
yeah,
know that.
yeah.
First of all, Debbie, he was again there in tribal council. Debbie is a woman of her word. She'll never tell me a lie. And then also
Love
knows
that.
that everybody's on board to get Taj out, right?
Yeah.
Because in case she uses her idol, and one of them goes some random thing. So then he gets blindsided on both ends. The person going home voted for him, and he did not vote for the person who just went home. It's crazy. All right.
That's right. That's right.
Like,
So
surely you can't justify that, right?
no, not even remotely.
We'll see. All right.
Uh,
Yeah. So I've been taking Alec through Survivor from the beginning. I've seen every season, and he has only seen up till this point almost 18 seasons. All right. So
mm-hmm.
spoiler free. Doesn't know what's to come. Previously, his
That's a
power
lot of
rankings.
seasons. That's a lot of seasons of a show. I just realized this might be the
That's
most seasons I've ever watched of any
of
television
any
show.
show. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm, that's a lot. It's a lot.
yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot for sure.
Previously, your power rankings were Steven, JT, Taj, Aaron, Coach. So Coach is on the bottom. We'll see if something happens. You also switched JT and Steven. Had been JT first ever since the merge. But something about that wizard. Something about
So
that
about that
wizard.
wizard this last episode. See some magic spells going on there. You know, he had an emotional moment with his brother, and then he's the wizard. He also got one immunity. Good for
Mm-hmm.
him. So
All right. So, as always, click the link in the description to see the highlights of our reaction and come back afterwards for the discussion. All right.
See you then.
There you have it.
Coach.
It's Coach. Put it out.
Coach voted out. What an episode.
How about
That
that?
was, I think I've given that one because of the how well that was edited. I gotta give that the star.
That's
that was
amazing. It's an all-timer.
That's an all-timer right there. That's the star right there. It was so fun.
The fact that it all lined up that way could be more perfect.
Yeah.
Send-off for Coach. He had his whole Exile experience in this episode. He came this close dueling the warrior in the immunity challenge. And he came up short.
Yep.
Out with his cane right before the finale.
Out with his cane. He's hobbling because his back is apparently hurting him.
That's right.
This is the first. Sometimes some of this is like, oh, this is the first I'm hearing of some of this stuff.
Yep.
Oh, his asthma's acting up now, and now his back is hurting. Oh no!
A lot
Oh
that he's
dear.
dealing with.
Yeah, he's suffering. He's truly suffering. Really, more than anyone.
It truly is an amazing episode, though. I think one of my favorite episodes ever. It's for real.
Yeah, it was really good. It was legitimately a great episode. The editing was really good. There's just lots of fun, like, back and forth with everyone. And then I think the ultimate sort of result of, like, JT still siding with Coach amid all this is just such an interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's fun because, like, a lot of what everyone's been feeling about Coach is really culminated in what Aaron came out and just straight up said. It's just like, kind of like we've all been sort of keeping it in, except Sierra, because we get rid of her a long time ago. But everyone's been kind of keeping it more reserved, but she's just letting it loose, be like, hey, maybe don't be such a bitch about it, It's like,
exactly.
Yeah, her being like, I will self-impose, I will be monastic with this.
Yeah.
I'll be so much. It's so holier than thou that it's like it's so aggravating.
Exactly what she said. He'll make himself the martyr.
Yeah.
And then it's like undeniable. I had the worst experience because I specifically didn't eat anything. I didn't
drink anything.
Didn't start a fire.
I didn't sleep.
Yes.
I didn't sleep. It's like,
I could have done all of those things, but I chose not to. That's right.
Okay. Yeah, and he was like, and it was so great. It was great. I had the time of my life doing that. Yeah.
But that's like what JT was saying. Like, he's for such an adventurous soul. This should be what Coach wants. Go out in exile. Yeah. That's exactly what I imagine. I imagine him going up on the top of the dune, striking some poses and
doing
into it.
Doing his poses. Yeah.
We got a little bit of that with the cane, though.
He did some of it, and in that amazing, incredible shot, one of the best shots in all of Survivor, where they're doing all this awesome like aerial photography with Coach and all that, and then it transitions to them going onto their reward. It was so good.
Yeah,
it was like very remarkable, really good.
And they really emphasized the birds, and then they went to the airplane too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just pure cinema. From that point on until the immunity challenge, where it was so dramatic, on him, the primal yell, another primal yell from Coach.
Yeah, he gets the primal yell, and then he collapses. He's basically he's in a mixture of the Peter Griffin and the Peter Griffin pose, where he falls down the stairs. It's like a mix between that and Yamcha. It's the Yamcha. It's the Yamcha poses at the end. It's like
he really is more Yamcha coded.
Yeah, Yamcha coded because he's just like,
he gets up, he's
face
like,
first practically.
Oh, my back almost went out there. Like losing himself.
He's like shaking. He's like an old man. It's like, Coach, you're 37. It's like, you can't be suffering this much, right? Surely.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Like, you want medical to check it out? No, if you had looked at it earlier, you would have sent me out of this game a long time ago. No way. I have to stay. I have to stick it out.
I love what Aaron says. Like, yeah, he doesn't want them to medical get it because they'll tell him he's fine, that nothing's wrong with him.
is like,
That's really what it comes across at. Because
yeah,
then when he's up back at camp, he's just like walking around normally.
if like what's his name? Who is the one who said he would be might be the biggest fraud in this game? Brendan. It
I
might have
think it
been
was
Brendan.
Brendan, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah. So if
yeah.
he is really the biggest fraud in this game, yeah, he doesn't want. You don't peel back the curtain on this. You don't want to.
He's
Don't want
really
medical.
he's really selling this Adventure Man thing, which yeah, it is very funny because he was practically pleading with them to not send him to exile.
Yeah.
He was basically
he was like, well, the noble thing would be for JT or I to go, but I don't know, the more cold, calculated side of me says maybe we should send Aaron or Taj.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you guys decide, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you decide.
And then it worked out for them though that JT won the challenge, so he wasn't an option. So if we're going the noble route, it has to be coach. So because they could have been like, oh well, let's send JT then. Just help him
JT
out.
hasn't been either. JT hasn't been either, or whatever. Yeah.
So I mean, JT dominated that reward challenge, even with Coach following all the way to the end.
Wasn't even close. Yeah, he just owned it.
And so he took Steven with him. Got to share with Steven. Had the meat festival together.
The meat fest. Yeah, it was a sausage fest, and they had a meat fest.
We love that. We love
together.
that.
And yeah, I mean, Brazilians cooking meat. There's nothing like it, really. It's a
yeah.
I'm talking about it. My mouth is actually watering again. It's so good. Like I'm telling you.
A sippy. I need a sippy.
I need a sippy. I'll take it right now.
It's just so good. And the fact that we went into this episode immediately, like, there's no way to justify it anymore. I didn't even think about how easy it was. They could just say, oh, it was a counterattack to save your life in this game.
Yeah,
Debbie made a move against you, which is like not untrue, tell you because, but that's not why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't tell you because you wouldn't have believed us. So we just wanted it to play out that way.
We're gonna keep leaving you out, like leaving you in the dark for your best interests, you know. And even Coach in this episode was like, "No more surprises, right? I'm done being surprised." It's like, yeah, well, maybe one more. At least Steven knows one more is coming. But it's wild. Just beautiful all the way up until the end, right before the vote.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got
Coach
one more thing.
Recites a poem. Yeah, he recites a poem. It's like he may have been like at peace knowing that like
he knew in his heart
going home now. Yeah, he knew in his heart he was going home.
Even though he tried to indicate that women have good intuition, so he thinks there won't be a surprise. He thinks that the women will know that I guess Aaron will be able to tell that.
Didn't Aaron say that there might be surprises for some people? And didn't she say that? And he's like,
no, there won't be surprises. Women have good intuition. Okay.
Like, what? Okay.
All right.
I'm still not sure what he meant by that.
But so JT and Coach voted for Aaron, and Steven went with Taj, and Aaron to vote Coach. So it remains to be seen. I think they kind of indicated in the preview that it was a strategic thing for him to vote, for JT to vote Aaron. I think that's what they teed off there. Or he was like, it seemed like a strategic thing for JT. But we have to really see the start of the finale to clear that up. Right. How intentional it was. But yeah, the poem, you didn't like the poem?
This one maybe a little trite, a little maybe I need to hear it again.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I thought it was very it was lame.
Some more beautiful editing though.
I love that. Oh, the editing was incredible for that. Were they going over to the jury members and they're faux sleeping? They're pretending to sleep.
Yeah.
Taj, I love that one time. Oh, that was during the challenge. But when Taj crossed her eyes,
yeah,
and when he was like saying some BS about something or
That's
the
the
other.
good stuff. That's the good stuff because everybody's placating Coach, but then you can cut away to
Yeah.
when they're just looking at the camera, and you get some moments like
Mm,
that from her and Aaron of
mm.
like being like, "What a joke this guy is."
What a fraud. This guy's a total fraud. He's a big he's something. I mean, I want to know the answers. That's what I'm hoping for. I need some answers, man.
Yeah, we gotta see the reunion. See if we can get into that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, cuz like if they come to the jury cuz he's going to be on the jury and I'm sure he's going to have plenty to say or nothing to say.
What's his final
He's
travel gonna be?
yeah, is he going to be is it going to be monastic coach or is it going to be how dare you
Oh,
coach? I don't know.
he's
It's
gonna have
a lot of
something
things.
like some philosophers to
Yeah.
bring quote and really have some big elaborate thing.
Yeah, when he comes back, Jeff's gonna be like, "Wow, coach, your back looks way better now that you're not in the challenge right now. What's up with that?"
Yeah, it's crazy how he's just walking around like normal. It's like, oh, funny how that clears up so quickly.
Yeah.
But we did. It is a shame. It's just one vote shy of the finale for Coach to have
Mm.
Coach in the
Yeah,
final
it would have been.
four.
It would still would have been kind of fun to have him in the final four. Yeah,
But this is almost like a
but
good spot for him to go out because really, if he was in the final four, would we think he had a realistic shot to win? I just can't imagine,
no, no,
even if he made it there,
no.
for him to ever.
Yeah, so instead of getting dumped out, kind of like as like a first to go kind of thing
Hmm.
in the final
Just
four, we
perfect
get him.
package.
He's a perfect package, perfect episode dedicated to him. And I mean, I think I can safely say he's MVP. He's MVP this episode. I mean, like Aaron, if he didn't go home, it would be Aaron, because Aaron had a lot of good. I mean, that was the whole catalyst for the episode
Yeah,
was her little remark about it. But no, Coach. This was Coach's episode. Glorious, glorious episode it was.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
yeah. So usually we'll do our power rankings going into it, but what I like to do going into the finale, before we get the specific four order, it's not very much, but I like to ask you who do you think, like if you were to put money on it, who would you say is gonna win? Who would you most want to win, and who do you think would be the best winner for the season? As a
Yeah,
represent.
if I'm putting money on it, I'm gonna say JT. If who I want to win, Steven. And I think for the overall season,
Who would be the most fitting representative, or
it might be JT, honestly. Otherwise, I would probably say that just because the season has been Coach, he would be he would be weirdly
no,
he's kind of the most fitting. But
yeah.
like, no, I know I'm kidding. But no, JT. I mean, like he's been like the subject of every alliance, every discussion, every little thing. He's always been sort of talked along. I mean, Steven also to a degree too, because he's been a Steven and Taj have been tight knit since basically the beginning.
Mm.
Um, but it's JT's JT's aura. I mean I mean, heck, we even saw in the last episode. We barely talked about it in the last episode, but even they're like, wow, I'm glad we get to meet you, JT. You know, they were all like, I'm rooting for
The
you, like
loved
good type
ones,
of
yeah.
thing. Yeah, the loved ones were all like, wow, this guy's something.
All
So
right, yeah.
yeah,
So we'll see. But in terms of power rankings for the final four, you put JT at
yeah,
top, and then where does it go from there?
yeah. I think we get JT, Steven, Taj, Aaron. I think that's
Yeah.
it, pretty much.
All right, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um, the way they've been talking, everybody seems to be indicating it's the final two this season because they keep saying
Yeah.
they'll bring you to the final two, which is interesting.
Yeah, it does seem to be that way. Yeah,
I don't know if they like told them that's what it's gonna be or what, because last season was Gabon.
yeah.
Or they also saw Micronesia, but that was also a last minute improvised final
Well,
two.
yeah,
So I don't
yeah.
know,
It was. Yeah,
but so potentially a couple votes. So interesting to see how it goes. It'll be interesting.
it will be.
Yeah, this is an all timer. People often note this episode as
Yeah,
like one of their favorites. I think Like,
This episode is amazing in so many ways.
if you're a
It's
Coach
just
fan, obviously,
if you
it's got
Coach is the
everything you
most
need.
unbelievable person I've ever seen on Survivor. Like I just can't, I just don't know how he's real.
Yeah,
And this episode is so good. It's so brilliant
yeah,
in highlighting the absurdity that is Coach. So
yeah.
yeah,
There you go. Next week, it's the Survivor Tocantins finale. The
it is
finale,
coming
baby.
up on
So how we do the
already.
finale is we always record it the same night, the finale and the reunion, and then usually I'll try to get them up within a couple of days of each other, the finale and the reunion. Then the week after, we'll do a full season review, going through breaking down the whole season, positives and negatives. Alec will say his favorite player, favorite pre-juror. What
Pre-jury
else?
gem,
What
cutie of the
else?
year season, cutie of the
Cutie
season.
season, yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And then we will have a final video after the review. It'll be called Ranking Survivor Tocantins. We'll rank the winner amongst all the winners. We'll rank the season amongst all the seasons so far. And we'll rank the cast from the most iconic to hate. I think hate at the bottom.
Yeah.
Hate them. Which obviously
Hate.
Sierra's
We
going
hate
right
them.
down there by
Yeah, we
default.
hate her.
Everybody on board that. On board with
We
the
hate.
hate Sierra. Yeah. All right. But come back. Join us. Let us know your thoughts below. And if you enjoyed this video, why don't you go check out our 4th edition of opening our custom-made Tarqaron cards. All right.
Yeah, check it out.
Wave
Good
1
stuff.
of Tarqaron cards 4.0.
Yeah.
All right, my brother
That's right.
makes us custom Tarqaron cards, like essentially Yu-Gi-Oh cards based on stuff from our channel. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of Survivor
Super
representation on there. And
There is, yeah. It's true.
he does it every year. He has done it every year for the past four,
Yeah, 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. There's a bunch of those.
Crazy.
A lot of fun little Easter eggs in there. Even if you're just a Survivor fan, to skim through, there's a bunch of those in there. All right. Thank you for watching. Y'all warriors. Warriors.
Yeah, warriors.